We're at 607 4th Street, San Fernando, California, 91340, performing a video sewer inspection through the roof vent. It's through a 4-inch cast iron roof vent. We were unable to get the mainline cleanouts opened up in the bathroom easily and did not want to take a chance in breaking tile. So we're running through the 4-inch roof vent and attempt to get out to the city sewer. And this is Michael Gerace with Michelangelo's Plumbing Inc. And it is December 8th, 2017. We're going to begin our inspection now. Wipe our camera lens off a little bit. And we are at a church. We're going to begin running through the 4-inch mainline roof vent now, this cast iron roof vent. And it looks like it's got a condensate line running into it as well. We didn't see any breaks. We did run a preliminary run just a little bit, just to make sure that we had a good line. And we did flush the toilets, and we have water running. We flushed the toilets, saw water running down the line. Okay, we're running down the line now, and it appears to be an older cast iron line. Then it looks like we transitioned to vitreous clay. Looks like we may, right here is where we transitioned to vitreous clay. I believe right in the front of the building. That joint has a little minor separation, little offset to it. Nothing terrible. Now we're making a turn, and that joint has some offset to it. You can see the top of the face of the pipe on the top. It's shifted a little bit, but we don't have any major breaks in the line, and we don't have any major root intrusions at that point. Little offset here where we're actually holding back a little bit of water right here, as you can see. Jump over this joint right here, take a look. There's a little bit of a nick, looks like possibly in the clay, possibly from being cleaned. I don't know yet. We're going to run out and see what we've got. That joint looks to be in fairly good condition. Minor, very minor offset. Another offset. Somewhat minor. They're still within the couplings, they're still within the hub of the pipe on the vitreous clay. And as I said, I don't see any major breaks in that area. That joint, minor separation and offset to it, but nothing major right there. And looks like we may be making a turn and going down possibly into the 6-inch vitreous clay lateral. Just trying to get a better shot at this. Looks like we've got an offset right here, pretty good separation and an offset right here. And we are going to put our locator on the way back, and we'll be able to check everything and see what the actual footage is. That joint's got a rubber coupling in it. That other joint might have rubber couplings also, maybe a newer 6-inch lateral in the street. Making a turn. We should be going out. Toward the city sewer. push out a little further. We might be right at the turn to the city sewer right here. Possibly. We're going to go down and locate this area. Okay, it appears that we're still in the 4-inch vitreous clay. We're not even down to the 6-inch yet. Try and push in kind of fast, as hard as we can. Try and get out to the city sewer, then we'll pull back slow. And there's our city sewer. I'm going to pause for a moment. Okay, we're going to let our water subside so we can see the joints a little easier. And now we're going to set our footage on our camera. Okay, we're showing out at 111 feet into the city sewer. And now we're going to begin pulling back as soon as the water does slow down. Pull back just a tiny bit. See where our water's coming from the building, coming from the church bathrooms, and running down into that city sewer. At about 12 feet deep out in the street, and the city sewer is fairly close to the curb area. I believe we can start pulling back now, and that's our turn to our city sewer. And that first joint looks to be in pretty good condition. We can't see the whole joint. It's kind of difficult because we're in a turn. From back here, we can blow this area up on the laptop and try and take a better look at it, but that joint looks fine. The next joint, we do have quite a bit of an offset and a separation right here. That's at that next joint. Doesn't appear that it's broken or we have any root intrusion at this time, but we do have quite a bit of an offset and separation at that joint, right next to the city sewer. Next joint, we also have a considerable offset here. No break again, no root intrusion from what we can see. Now we're pulling up, and we're coming straight up, which is, it's pretty deep out there, so it's going to level off after. That next joint looks to be in pretty good condition right there. Making a bit of a turn. That joint looks to be, has a minor offset. Nothing terrible, doesn't look bad. That joint looks to be in fair condition. That joint's got a bit of a separation, but not terrible. No breaks, no major root intrusions or anything at this point. That next joint looks to be in pretty good condition right there. That joint's got a bit of an offset to it, inner separation, but no breaks. No heavy root intrusions or anything in that joint either. They're making a turn and coming back up. Got a minor offset in that joint. That joint as well, minor offset. You're going to get some offsetting to a point in coupling or in these joints. It is a clay hub, and you do get some offset. That joint appears to be in pretty good condition. That to be in fair condition, minor bit of an offset, no breaks, no major root intrusions. That joint looks to be in fairly good condition, again, minor offset. That's a minor offset to it too. It's kind of hard to see in that turn, but I can see it's got a minor offset to it. But again, no breaks that I can see. No root intrusion. It's kind of hard to see that in the turn. Next joint looks to be pretty good condition. Next joint is in a turn again. Kind of difficult to see turns. That joint looks like it's got an offset to it and a separation, but again, we can't really see that joint real well in the turn. Hopefully we can see it a little bit better on the camera or on the laptop monitor right here, but difficult to see. But I don't see any major root intrusions or major breaks or anything in that joint. That next joint, a minor offset as well there. That joint, we're holding some water back. We've got an offset in that joint. We are holding some water back, but not terrible at this point. No major breaks again, no major root intrusion. That joint, minor offset again. That joint has an offset as well. No breaks from what we can see, no root intrusions. Making a turn. Another offset. Again, no breaks, no root intrusions here. Another turn. Another offset. Got another offset here. Got an offset right there. Camera just kind of catches it just a little bit and then wants to jump over it. Not terrible. Again, no breaks that we can see in there, no root intrusions. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. Coming back through our cast iron, probably original. It's got a little bit of buildup in it, but we don't see any major breaks in the line. And now we're coming up our vent. And that concludes our video sewer inspection.